Ford just shook the entire auto industry, and it's all because they're defying Donald Trump. Jaw-dropping move, Ford announced plans to shift a chunk of its electric vehicle production overseas, a decision that feels like a slap in the face to Trump's America First policies. This isn't just a corporate decision, it's a direct challenge to Trump's vision for American manufacturing, and he's not holding back his outrage. Why would Ford make such a risky move? What does this mean for American jobs and the future of the auto industry? And most importantly, how does this impact you and your community? What's happening? Ford's recent announcement sent shockwaves through the business and political world. The company, long celebrated as a cornerstone of American manufacturing, revealed plans to move a significant portion of its electric vehicle production overseas. For a brand that has prided itself on its Built Ford tough legacy, this decision struck many as a radical departure from its roots. What made this announcement particularly striking was its timing. As the global race to dominate the electric vehicle market accelerates, Ford's leadership framed this move as essential for long-term survival and competitiveness. The announcement cited two major factors driving the decision: global supply chains and environmental sustainability. Electric vehicles require advanced batteries composed of materials like lithium, cobalt, and nickel, resources that are largely sourced and refined outside the United States. By establishing production hubs in regions closer to these raw materials, such as Europe and Asia, Ford aimed to streamline manufacturing processes and cut costs. While the logic seemed sound from a business perspective, the decision didn't sit well with everyone. Critics, particularly supporters of Donald Trump, labeled this as a betrayal of American workers. Many viewed it as prioritizing global ambitions over domestic responsibilities, igniting a political firestorm that would soon dominate headlines. As Ford faced mounting backlash, it became clear that this decision wasn't made in isolation. The roots of this conflict trace back to years of political and economic tension, setting the stage for an inevitable clash. Historical tensions between Ford and Trump. The friction between Ford and Donald Trump is not new. It can be traced back to the early days of Trump's presidency, when he championed an America First agenda. Central to his policies were protectionist measures, including tariffs on imported goods and demands that American companies bring jobs back to the United States. Ford, being one of the most iconic American brands, was often caught in Trump's crosshairs. In 2016, Ford announced plans to shift small car production to Mexico, a move that prompted Trump to accuse the company of abandoning American workers. The backlash was immediate and intense, leading Ford to rethink and adjust its strategy. While Ford publicly affirmed its commitment to investing in the United States, the tension between the company and the former president never fully dissipated. Fast forward to the present, and the dynamics have only grown more complex. Ford's decision to expand its electric vehicle production overseas directly challenges Trump's economic policies. For Trump, who is rumored to be eyeing another run for the presidency, this development provided the perfect opportunity to reignite his rhetoric about protecting American jobs. His criticism painted Ford as a corporate giant turning its back on its homeland, further polarizing public opinion. But what drove Ford to make such a controversial decision now? To understand this, we need to examine the strategic goals behind their global expansion. Ford's strategic decisions. At the heart of Ford's announcement lies a calculated strategy aimed at ensuring the company's survival in an increasingly competitive automotive market. The shift toward electric vehicles represents not just a technological evolution, but a complete transformation of the industry. For Ford, embracing this change meant making tough decisions that balanced innovation, cost management, and global presence. One of Ford's key moves has been its investment in establishing electric vehicle production facilities in regions like Europe and Asia. By doing so, the company seeks to tap into emerging markets with high growth potential. In Europe, for instance, stricter environmental regulations have created a booming demand for electric vehicles. Ford's decision to convert its plant in Cologne, Germany, into a state-of-the-art electric vehicle facility underscores its commitment to meeting this demand. Similarly, Ford has made inroads in India, where the company aims to develop an affordable electric vehicle platform tailored to the needs of the region. This move aligns with Ford's broader goal of becoming a global leader in sustainability while remaining competitive against rivals like Tesla, which has set the benchmark for innovation in the electric vehicle space. While these strategies make sense on paper, they also come with risks. Expanding production overseas could alienate Ford's traditional customer base in the United States, particularly those who value the company's American identity. Additionally, the logistics of managing global supply chains for critical minerals add another layer of complexity. As Ford moves forward with its global strategy, the inevitable backlash from Donald Trump and his supporters has escalated the conflict, turning it into a high-stakes battle for public perception. Trump's counteraction. It didn't take long for Donald Trump to respond to Ford's announcement. Known for his combative style, Trump wasted no time turning this decision into a rallying cry for his political base. In a fiery speech delivered at a rally, he accused Ford of abandoning American workers and betraying the values that had built the company into an American icon. "We built Ford. The American worker built Ford," Trump thundered to a cheering crowd. His criticism wasn't limited to Ford's leadership. It extended to the broader trend of outsourcing jobs. For Trump, Ford's move symbolized everything he had campaigned against: corporate greed, globalization, and the erosion of American manufacturing. Trump's rhetoric didn't stop at speeches. Behind closed doors, his advisors began exploring ways to pressure Ford into reversing its decision. Speculation arose that Trump might advocate for new tariffs or regulatory measures targeting companies that move jobs abroad. This raised concerns among other automakers who feared being caught in the crossfire of Trump's economic policies. Ford, for its part, remained steadfast in defending its decision. In a carefully crafted statement, the company emphasized its continued investment in US-based projects, including plans to build new electric vehicle plants in Michigan, Tennessee, and Kentucky. Ford argued that its global expansion was not a zero-sum game, but rather a necessary step to remain competitive in a rapidly evolving industry. However, Trump's criticism struck a chord with many Americans, particularly those in communities heavily reliant on manufacturing jobs. Protesters began gathering outside Ford dealerships, and calls for a boycott gained traction on social media. The controversy took on a life of its own, with debates raging over whether Ford's actions were a betrayal or a bold step toward the future. As the conflict between Ford and Trump intensifies, the implications extend far beyond these two entities, raising questions about the future of American industry and the role of globalization in shaping our economy. For Ford, the challenge lies in balancing its global ambitions with its domestic responsibilities, a delicate tightrope act that will likely define its future. As Trump amplifies his message, Ford's competitors are seizing the moment to position themselves in the evolving automotive landscape. Ford's competitors step into the spotlight. The Ford-Trump conflict has created a unique opportunity for Ford's rivals to strengthen their position in the automotive market. Competitors like General Motors, Tesla, and Toyota are watching closely, each with their own strategies to capitalize on the situation. Tesla, in particular, has wasted no time highlighting its American-made branding. Chief Executive Officer Elon Musk tweeted, "This is why we build here," following Ford's announcement. Tesla's factories in California and Texas stand in stark contrast to Ford's decision to expand overseas, allowing the electric vehicle giant to present itself as the patriotic alternative. General Motors has also used the moment to its advantage. The company has doubled down on its commitment to American manufacturing, emphasizing its plans to invest in domestic electric vehicle plants. While General Motors has faced its share of criticism in the past, it now has an opportunity to position itself as the automaker most aligned with Trump's America First agenda. Toyota and other foreign automakers, meanwhile, have been careful to maintain a neutral stance. However, their consistent focus on reliability and affordability continues to appeal to consumers who feel disillusioned by Ford's perceived shift away from its roots. Toyota's reputation for quality and its growing lineup of hybrid and electric vehicles make it a strong competitor in the evolving market. The rise of new players like Rivian and Lucid Motors adds another layer of complexity to the competitive landscape. These companies are redefining the electric vehicle experience with cutting-edge designs and innovative features, challenging legacy automakers like Ford to keep pace. For Ford, the increased competition underscores the urgency of its global expansion strategy, but it also raises questions about whether the company can maintain its dominance in an industry that is changing faster than ever. Beyond the automotive industry, Ford's decision reflects a broader shift in how American companies are navigating the challenges of globalization and sustainability, a broader reflection of economic shifts. The Ford-Trump conflict is more than just a clash between a former president and an automaker. It is a reflection of the broader economic forces shaping the 21st century. Globalization, technological innovation, and the push for sustainability are transforming industries across the board, forcing companies to adapt or risk being left behind. Ford's decision to expand electric vehicle production overseas highlights the growing interconnectedness of global markets. As supply chains become more complex and consumer demands evolve, companies must navigate a delicate balance between efficiency and loyalty to their domestic roots. The reality is that no single country can produce all the components required for modern technology, and businesses like Ford must operate on a global scale to remain competitive. At the same time, the shift towards sustainability presents both opportunities and challenges. Electric vehicles are seen as a critical step in reducing carbon emissions and combating climate change. For Ford, positioning itself as a leader in this space is essential for securing its future. However, achieving this goal requires significant investments in research, development, and infrastructure. Investments that may not always align with traditional notions of American manufacturing. The conflict also raises important questions about the role of government in shaping economic policy. Trump's tariffs and protectionist measures were designed to support domestic industries, but critics argue that they have made it harder for companies like Ford to compete globally. As the debate over trade policies continues, the outcome will have far-reaching implications for the future of American manufacturing. The fallout from Ford's decision extends far beyond the company itself. Local communities face economic uncertainty, political tensions are escalating, competitors are seizing new opportunities, and the conflict reflects deeper shifts in the global economy. As Ford navigates these challenges, its decisions will shape not only its own future, but also the trajectory of American industry as a whole. Ford's global expansion strategy. Ford's announcement to expand its electric vehicle production overseas is not merely a business decision, but a calculated move to position itself as a leader in the evolving global automotive market. With electric vehicles becoming the cornerstone of future mobility, automakers must adapt to remain competitive, and Ford has made it clear it is playing the long game. The decision to shift production abroad aligns with the reality of supply chains in the 21st century. Electric vehicles require critical components, such as lithium-ion batteries, which depend on minerals like lithium, cobalt, and nickel. The processing of these materials is overwhelmingly concentrated in Asia, especially in countries like China. By situating manufacturing closer to these resources, Ford aims to streamline production costs and secure its supply chain in the face of global competition. In addition, Ford has targeted emerging markets in Europe and Asia as key growth opportunities. These regions are rapidly transitioning toward electric mobility, spurred by government regulations and consumer demand for environmentally friendly vehicles. By establishing production hubs in these markets, Ford can cater to local consumers while reducing logistical challenges associated with exporting from the United States. However, this strategy is not without its risks. Critics argue that by shifting production overseas, Ford risks alienating its American consumer base, which values the company's heritage as a domestic manufacturing icon. Balancing global ambitions with domestic expectations will be critical for Ford's success in the coming years. While Ford is doubling down on its global strategy, the challenges posed by geopolitical tensions and trade policies are reshaping the automotive landscape. The role of geopolitics in the automotive industry. The Ford-Trump conflict has underscored the growing influence of geopolitics on the automotive industry. As automakers like Ford navigate a rapidly changing global market, the interplay between political decisions and economic realities is becoming increasingly complex. One of the most significant factors affecting Ford's operations is the ongoing tension between the United States and China. China is not only the largest market for electric vehicles, but also a key player in the supply chain for critical minerals. Tariffs and trade restrictions have made it more expensive for American companies to source these materials, forcing automakers to rethink their production strategies. For Ford, the decision to expand abroad is partly a response to these geopolitical challenges. Another factor is the European Union's aggressive push towards sustainability. The bloc has set ambitious targets for reducing carbon emissions, incentivizing automakers to invest in electric vehicle production within its borders. By establishing a stronger presence in Europe, Ford can comply with these regulations while positioning itself as a leader in the region's green revolution. Geopolitical tensions also impact consumer sentiment. In the United States, Trump's criticism of Ford's overseas expansion has fueled a narrative that pits global competitiveness against domestic loyalty. This has created a challenging environment for automakers, who must balance the demands of international markets with the expectations of their home countries. Beyond the immediate political and economic challenges, Ford's decision reflects the broader shift towards sustainability that is transforming the automotive industry. The sustainability imperative. Sustainability is no longer optional for automakers. It is a necessity. Ford's decision to prioritize electric vehicles and expand overseas is rooted in the need to meet the growing demand for environmentally friendly transportation. However, achieving sustainability goals comes with its own set of challenges. One of the most significant hurdles is the development of battery technology. While lithium-ion batteries are currently the standard for electric vehicles, their production is resource intensive and raises environmental concerns. Ford has invested heavily in research and development to create more efficient and sustainable batteries. Collaborations with technology firms and the establishment of new research facilities are part of the company's strategy to stay ahead in the race for innovation. Another challenge is the carbon footprint of manufacturing operations. Producing electric vehicles requires significant energy, much of which comes from fossil fuels in certain regions. Ford is working to address this issue by implementing eco-friendly manufacturing practices and investing in renewable energy for its facilities. Sustainability also extends to the life cycle of vehicles. Ford has begun exploring ways to recycle and repurpose batteries at the end of their lifespan, reducing waste and promoting a circular economy. These efforts are not just about meeting regulatory requirements, they are about building a brand that resonates with environmentally conscious consumers. As Ford adapts to the demands of sustainability, the broader automotive industry is grappling with its own transformation in the face of technological disruption. The role of innovation in shaping the industry. Innovation is the driving force behind the automotive industry's transformation, and Ford's response to this challenge will determine its future. As the industry moves toward electric and autonomous vehicles, companies must embrace new technologies to remain competitive. Ford's investment in autonomous vehicle technology is a key part of its strategy. The company has partnered with technology firms to develop advanced driver assistance systems and self-driving capabilities. These innovations have the potential to redefine transportation, offering safer and more efficient mobility solutions. The rise of connected vehicles is another area of focus. Ford is integrating advanced software and connectivity features into its vehicles, creating a seamless user experience. From real-time traffic updates to voice-activated controls, these features are designed to meet the expectations of tech-savvy consumers. However, innovation is not just about technology, it is about reimagining the entire automotive ecosystem. Ford is exploring subscription-based models and on-demand mobility services, recognizing that the traditional model of car ownership is evolving. These initiatives reflect the company's commitment to staying ahead of industry trends while addressing the changing needs of consumers. Ford's decision to expand its global presence, embrace sustainability, and prioritize innovation underscores the company's determination to adapt to a rapidly changing industry. However, these efforts come with significant challenges, from navigating geopolitical tensions to maintaining its identity as an American icon. As Ford charts its path forward, its ability to balance global ambitions with local responsibilities will be critical to its success. Tesla's role in shaping the debate. While the conflict between Ford and Donald Trump has dominated headlines, Tesla has quietly positioned itself as a central player in the broader conversation about American manufacturing and innovation. Unlike Ford, Tesla has doubled down on its American identity, with massive domestic production facilities such as Gigafactory Texas and Gigafactory Nevada serving as symbols of its commitment to the US economy. Tesla's strategy starkly contrasts with Ford's recent moves. Where Ford has faced criticism for expanding its electric vehicle production overseas, Tesla has capitalized on its reputation for keeping operations primarily in the United States. Tesla Chief Executive Officer Elon Musk has publicly emphasized the importance of building products close to their intended markets, leveraging this as a key differentiator. Moreover, Tesla's technological leadership has added pressure on legacy automakers like Ford. Tesla's advancements in battery efficiency, autonomous driving, and software integration have set a high standard for the industry. By maintaining a strong domestic presence while innovating at a rapid pace, Tesla has become the benchmark for what modern automotive companies can achieve in a globalized world. However, Tesla's approach is not without its own challenges. Critics have pointed out that the company's reliance on rare earth materials and its global supply chain expose it to the same vulnerabilities that Ford faces. Still, Tesla's ability to market itself as both innovative and inherently American has allowed it to navigate these challenges more effectively in the public eye. While Tesla has benefited from its American-made image, other automakers have pursued different strategies, creating a complex and competitive landscape. General Motors' strategy to compete. General Motors, Ford's longtime rival, has taken a more balanced approach to navigating the industry's transformation. While GM has invested heavily in electric vehicles and sustainability, it has also emphasized its commitment to American manufacturing, aiming to avoid the backlash that Ford has faced. In recent years, GM has launched high-profile initiatives to build electric vehicles in the United States. The company's commitment to converting existing facilities into EV production hubs, such as Factory Zero in Michigan, highlights its strategy of leveraging domestic resources while modernizing its operations. GM's Ultium battery platform, developed in partnership with LG Energy Solution, is another example of its efforts to innovate while maintaining a strong US presence. At the same time, GM has focused on diversifying its product portfolio to appeal to a broader range of consumers. From the affordable Chevrolet Bolt to the luxury Cadillac Lyriq, the company is aiming to capture market share across multiple segments. This contrasts with Ford's more concentrated focus on global production for its EV lineup. However, GM is not without its challenges. The company has faced criticism for its initial reluctance to embrace electric vehicles and has had to play catch-up with Tesla and other competitors. Additionally, GM's global operations expose it to many of the same geopolitical risks that Ford faces. While GM has adopted a balanced strategy, international automakers like Toyota and Volkswagen have introduced their own innovations to navigate the evolving market. The influence of Toyota and Volkswagen. The Ford-Trump saga has also shown a spotlight on how international automakers are navigating the shift to electric vehicles and sustainability. Companies like Toyota and Volkswagen, which have long been influential players in the automotive industry, are leveraging their global reach to stay competitive in a rapidly changing landscape. Toyota, known for its pioneering hybrid technology, has taken a more cautious approach to fully electric vehicles. Instead of committing entirely to battery electric vehicles, Toyota has focused on a multi-pronged strategy that includes hybrids, hydrogen fuel cells, and plug-in hybrids. This approach allows the company to address diverse market needs while hedging against the uncertainties of a single technology. Volkswagen, on the other hand, has made a bold push into electric vehicles, positioning itself as a direct competitor to Tesla. The company's ID, a series of electric vehicles, has been well received in Europe and is beginning to gain traction in other markets. Volkswagen's significant investments in battery technology and its partnership with Northvolt for a European battery plant demonstrate its commitment to sustainability and innovation. These global automakers benefit from their established supply chains and economies of scale, which allow them to adapt more easily to the challenges of the electric vehicle transition. However, their strategies also highlight the complexities of balancing innovation with sustainability, consumer expectations, and geopolitical considerations. As automakers worldwide adapt to these challenges, the future of American manufacturing hangs in the balance, raising critical questions about the nation's economic identity. The future of American manufacturing. The Ford-Trump conflict and the broader industry trends it highlights underscore the challenges facing American manufacturing in the 21st century. The tension between globalization and national identity is at the heart of this debate, with automakers like Ford, Tesla, and GM offering different visions for the future. For decades, American manufacturing was synonymous with innovation, resilience, and national pride. Companies like Ford embodied the spirit of Made in America, creating jobs and driving economic growth. However, the realities of globalization have made it increasingly difficult to maintain this legacy. Rising costs, supply chain disruptions, and the push for sustainability have forced companies to make tough decisions about where and how to produce their products. At the same time, technological advancements are reshaping the nature of work in the automotive industry. Automation, artificial intelligence, and other innovations are reducing the need for human labor in many areas of production. While these technologies increase efficiency, they also raise concerns about job displacement and the future of American workers. The Ford-Trump conflict highlights the importance of finding a balance between these competing priorities. Automakers must adapt to a globalized market while preserving their domestic roots. This requires not only strategic investments in innovation and sustainability, but also a commitment to supporting workers and communities. The clash between Donald Trump and Ford has sparked debates about the future of American industry, global competitiveness, and the balance between tradition and innovation. It's not just a battle between a company and a former president. It's a reflection of where the world is heading and what it means for all of us. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think Ford made the right call to prioritize global expansion and electric vehicle production? Or do you side with Trump in defending American jobs and industry? How do you see this conflict shaping the future of manufacturing and the automotive world? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get a conversation started. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the biggest stories shaking the auto industry, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.